What is up, everybody? My name would be OG Nick Marsh. This is Focus Hip Hop, and today you are listening to episode 7 of Greetings Earthworms by OG Nick Marsh and Hester Valentine.
Yo,
Today we have a fire episode. We are going to be talking about a classic album from the 2010s. And well, first we're gonna do the trivia, then I actually want to talk about the album that we planned before I get to the stuff I've been listening to lately, just so we can like make sure we get that out of the way because I don't know
bet,
how
bet.
long it's gonna take. But yeah, I just realized I forgot to actually grab the trivia question, so I'm gonna get it real quick. Did you see that I'm
Wow.
not wearing pants?
No.
Okay, I'm glad you didn't see that. Now I kind of regret telling you.
My objective for the rest of the episode is to get you to get out of your seat.
All right, here we go. I haven't even seen these questions yet, so hopefully whatever we get is good. All right, here's the question. New Jersey's El Da Sensei and Tame One released the album Between a Rock and a Hard Place in 1994 under what name?
Oh man. Actually, I know this one.
Hmm.
Artifacts.
Yes. Shout out RIP Tame One. Shout out to El Da Sensei. El Da Sensei is a cool ass dude. I watched his interview on well, his Panda Chop interview. And so I subscribed to Panda Chop News a couple weeks ago, and that's like dead ass becoming one of my favorite YouTube channels now. Um, and it's because so he does interviews with a shit ton of like underground artists, but not really like people in our scene, but more like established artists, I guess. Um, so yeah, he did Elda Sensei. He did the Sage Francis one was really good. Um, I'm currently watching the Bronze Nazareth one. That's really good. So yeah, there's a bunch of dope shit on there. So shout out to Panda Chop. I will say I mentioned this in the RMPP server. He's pretty much just underground DJ Vlad, but like less unlikable. Because he does like the exact same thing. The videos like damn near look like DJ Vlad videos. But
Oh, I
he
thought you meant like he like asks like what crimes people committed and stuff.
Oh no, not shit like that. He's a good interviewer, but just like the setup is very Vlad
Like
TV-esque.
Vladish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like his stuff, so I've been enjoying that. Um
Yeah. We need a happy DJ Vlad. DJ Glad, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
exactly. But yeah, okay, let's get into it. We got the trivia done. Hester got it right. So shout out to him for that.
flexy with the motherfucking tech, man.
So today's album is the probably most iconic Two Chainz album, which is based on a true story. Came out in 2012.
January 1st, 2012.
Damn, I actually didn't know that. I only knew the year. But yeah, I remember like hearing these songs on the radio and stuff like in middle school. And I can't remember what the first Two Chainz song I ever heard was. Actually, technically it was probably Duffel Bag Boys, if you want to count that. But when that came out, I didn't know who Two Chainz was. So, um,
And he wasn't 2 Chainz.
yeah, he was Titty Boy. He hadn't fully made the transition to Titty Two Necklace yet. So, yeah, I started like knowing who Two Chainz was around the time this album came out because I didn't hear the True Religion mixtape when that was out. Um, I can't remember what the first song I heard was, but I know that like pretty much immediately Like right away, I was sold. I was like, this dude's dope. And I actually don't, or at the time, I had kind of like a love-hate relationship with trap music in general because like when it's good, that shit is fire. But there's just like a lot of mid shit. And I guess that's true in general, but it's hard for me. It's like harder for me to find the good shit in general with stuff like that. At least I don't know. Back then it was. And I actually haven't really if I really wanted to get into like modern trap music and like explore that, I probably could and find some really dope stuff. Um, my friend Salim has actually been putting me on to a couple artists. He put me on to Lil Double O yesterday. That dude's dope as fuck. Do you know about him?
Nah.
That what was the name of the song? I think the song he played for me was called it was like no fuck. I'm not gonna remember what it was called, but it was really dope. And that dude's a really dope rapper. So I think Lil Double O was signed to Young Thug's uh YSL crew at one point. Um so yeah. Anyway, Two Chainz, I actually hadn't listened to the full album until we started planning this episode. However, I had definitely heard the first six songs. I had heard all of the first six songs and then like maybe one or two more songs after that. Um, but yeah, in general, as a whole, um, it's a very well put together album in my opinion. Um, when the album first started, I was like, yo, this shit is fire. Like those first I was like, yo, I'm having a blast right now. And I was kind of mad because okay, I'll admit I actually didn't listen to it until earlier today. Uh but when I was listening to it, I was like, fuck, because it was actually last night I got really drunk and I was like, bruh, if I had listened to this while I was drunk, this would go so crazy. That shit, bruh. Okay, so it starts off with Yuck. That song is crazy. I remember I heard that song when it came out, and fuck, god damn it, I'm not gonna be able to remember the line. It was like one of the first lines in that song made me laugh. I think it was when he said he turned the camel toe into a casserole or some shit like that. And it was the way he said it. The delivery of that line was so good too. Um, and then there's like a weird moment towards the end of that song that's weird as fuck. Um, but not in a bad way. It's just like, what are you doing? And then so track two is called Crack. And I remember when this song was like big, I actually didn't like the song back in 2012 for some reason. Um, I think I didn't really like the hook, and yeah, it didn't hit. But when I listened to it today, I was fucking blown away. I was like, this shit is amazing, bro. This is so fire. Bruh, when that beat dropped, I was like, no matter where I'm at, I got crack. And then he started saying, he said, I got crack. I was like, oh shit. Like once he said that, I was like, bruh, this is crazy. And then after that, we get Dope Peddler. To be honest, I actually don't like that song that much. Nobody's gonna see that reaction. Hester is like dumbfounded by me not liking that song right now.
I I just you always surprise me.
That's true. OG Nick Marsh is very unpredictable. But yeah, I mean I don't dislike the song. It's just it's kind of a frustrating song for me because I listen to it and I'm like, this is insane. This beat is crazy. But Two Chainz's performance over it just didn't really do much for me, to be honest.
Bankroll Fresh would have smoked that.
I agree. That beat is crazy. Like that's a really cool beat. But I don't know. Two Chainz, his whole performance kind of just like went in one ear and out the other for me. But it's a cool song, just not something I would listen to again, I guess. Um, and then so like most of the singles on this album are like amazing. And
Ooh.
as far as pop rap albums go, I think this is like pretty good stuff.
You fuck with No Lie?
I do.
I kind of hate that song.
Bruh. Well, okay, explain.
I think the chorus is goofy and corny. I
Hmm.
don't know. It's just I don't know. To me, it's just kind of corny. I don't know. It's like it's got like yeah. I don't know. I was not fucking with it. Like I didn't like No Lie when I heard it as a kid. I don't like
Uh-huh.
it now. Like I was,
Okay,
and
I
it's crazy because like all the other like singles, like you
mhm.
said, like when we get further into the record, like birthday song, is
Bruh.
still insane.
That song is
Like
insane, bro.
birthday song,
Bro.
like it's
That's
ridiculous.
like that's like actually peak Two Chains right there. Like that's as good as it gets.
She got a big booty, so I call her Big Booty. Like
And then what's
hilarious.
crazy is like I actually haven't heard that song in a really long time.
Just saying.
And when I heard it again, I was like, yo, I understand why this was such a gigantic song at the time because this is actually crazy. That beat is fucking monstrous, bro.
And Kanye just sounds like nuts.
He sounds, bro, that is like the most Kanye performance ever, bro. Like he was like he was in Kanye mode. That was Yeezus on that song.
Yeah, no, that was that. Yeah, birthday song. And then I'm different. Super fire
I'm
still.
Different is crazy too. That's like one of the most iconic mustard beats in my opinion.
I love them strippers.
So that was one of the songs. Like I said, I heard all the six first songs, and then there were a couple more I had heard. I think "I Loved Them Strippers" was one of the other ones I heard. Um, I don't really like that song to be honest. It's not
That's
bad.
fair.
It's just so there are a lot of songs on this album that I actually don't really like. Um, I actually really only like the most of the first six songs aside from Dope Peddler. And then I like the last two tracks on the album, but everything in between there, I was like not really into. Not that I thought any of it was bad, except for the Mike Posner track. I did not like that song. Um, but even the Dream song I thought was decent. Um, and when I was listening to that, I was like, this dude sound the Dream. I never made this connection before, but the Dream sounds a lot like that guy Zachary from TDE or Zachary, who was on Mood by Sir and Love by Kendrick. Um, I
Yeah,
I
Dream. Dream's
I
yeah, a legend.
yeah. Yeah, the dream is did something happen to him? Like why doesn't he get featured on more shit now?
I don't know. Something happened to him was crazy.
Like did he get canceled or like is he in jail or like what where is he at? Maybe he's just like more of a songwriter and like behind the scenes these days.
Oh shit!
But yeah,
Got
that's
hit by a truck or something. I hope not. That's fucked up. That was a joke.
but yeah, so after track six, the album honestly kind of takes a dip for me, but by the
Yeah, me
time
too. Yeah.
yeah, so Ghetto Dreams with John Legend and Scarface. I actually like that song. I'd never heard it until earlier today, but I did enjoy it. And I actually think John Legend's performance is really good on that song. And Scarface, of course, he was dope.
Yeah, like I don't know. Towards the back end of the record, like I was like, we're here for too long, you
Yeah.
know. Like even like the sillier stuff
hmm
towards the back, like I didn't jive with it either because it just felt like a tamer version of the stuff we got in the first, like,
I completely agree. It
and it's
felt
like yeah, we don't.
it's just like
It
the
didn't
same
do anything
it's
different.
the same stuff, but just like not as good, basically.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
and
like
then like
he
the more yeah,
he sounds super locked in and inspired on those first six songs, and then it sounds like after that he was like, "Fuck, I gotta finish an album." So he just made like some decent songs, but it's just like they don't hit the same.
yeah, and the more serious songs, like they're all
Ghetto
right.
Dreams.
Like
That's just not what
yeah,
I want
like
from Two Chainz.
I mean, it's not even that because like I think like on like later records, like he's has a more serious tone and like it works, you know.
hmm
Like, but I think just here, like just the songs aren't that interesting, and like this is before like I was like super into him as like a rapper, like without like being funny and stuff like
Uh,
that. So yeah, like yeah, I don't know. I could have this could have been like an EP or something for me.
I
Like
was thinking that too. Yeah, like this would be a crazy EP. Like five or six songs from this album. God damn it. Hold on. Someone's calling me. I gotta put my shit on Do Not Disturb.
for the pod.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just message him real quick. Okay. Um, so yeah, overall, I think it's a very solid album. I'm a little hesitant to say it's dope. It's definitely worth listening to, but like as a whole, uh there are a couple there are a few too many slow moments, or not slow, but just like lulls, I guess.
Yeah, it's an alright listen.
Yeah.
Like I think there's some just like super dope songs on it,
hmm
and I don't even need just the first six. Like it could have been like an song to 10 songs like that. I would have been cool with that. But like this show was like an hour, I think.
Yeah. Did you
Like
listen to the standard version or the
hour 7 minutes.
deluxe?
Oh, this is the oh no
Yeah. So
no.
I added the deluxe to my library because I couldn't find the standard version, but then I just deleted the last few bonus tracks from it.
How
So
many
I
bonus tracks were there?
the technically on the standard version, the last song is track 13, which is
Oh, which one is that?
the Cap One collab. I think it's called
What we doing?
yeah, What We Doing, which I
Oh,
actually
that's
like that song.
crazy.
I like that song. I thought that was a good track.
Oh, that makes sense. Cause yeah, once I started like what it was after that song where I was like, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it all makes sense.
that makes
Oh,
sense.
that's
That's funny.
crazy.
Um yeah, but shout out to Cap One, by the way. I don't know what the fuck that dude's up to these days, but I remember I used to listen to him a lot back then because he was signed to Two Chainz's uh label at the time, and he put out a mixtape that I do not remember the title of, but I remember thinking it was really dope. Um, and Cap One is actually like, I always thought he was a really good rapper. Like maybe lyrically he's kind of not that interesting, but just like his flows and shit, like he really like knows how to. He's like one of the few trap rappers I've listened to who like kind of like goes ham and cheese with the syllables and shit like that.
What would you recommend? I don't think I've listened to any Cap one.
Hold on, let me look up the tape I used to listen to. Hopefully it's on streaming. It's called Caviar Dreams. Came out in 2014.
I'll say less.
So the song, there are like some like the song Forever. I think that's Baby E on the hook. That song is kind of I love that song, but it's kind of weird. But it's dope as fuck. And then Flippo with Young Dolph and OJ to Juice Man. I think that was probably the biggest song from this tape because I remember hearing that on the radio a couple times. But yeah, shout out to Cap One. I haven't listened to that shit in forever. I'm gonna check that out after we're done, actually. Um, but yeah, anything else you want to say about the Two Chains?
Um, nah, it was 2011 as fuck. Like I remember I was listening to it and I was like, this is 2011. Like I felt
Hmm.
11 again. So that was
Yeah.
cool. Like even the way he was like rhyming and the way Nicki was rhyming, I was like, yeah, this was 2011 bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
kind of happy.
I was gonna say, I just want to reiterate, like those first six songs, like when I first put this album on, I was having so much fun listening to this shit. I was like, yo, I am vibing, bro. This shit is fire. But yeah, it was kind of sad after that when it just kind of fizzled out. So that was a little disappointing. I feel like he kind of set me up. Um, but I'm grateful to even have those first six songs because that shit is fire. So yeah,
We
Two
got the votes
Chainz.
too.
I think everyone listening right now should revisit the album. At least those first six songs because that shit is crazy.
Votes too. Me time.
Okay, I was about to ask you that too. Have you heard the second one?
Nah, I've heard some of the like singles,
That shit
but
is not good, bro. Don't
oh,
even
that
waste your
shit is
time.
trash.
It's not
Oh,
trash. It's just like, bro, this is nowhere near the level of the first one.
oh damn. So me time
Yeah.
is bad. Why is it only the deluxe available? Like,
Yeah, I
what
don't
is
know.
this?
I don't know what that's about.
Why are they doing this?
Um,
It's LeBron.
so my favorite Two Chainz album is actually the 2017 one,
Pretty
Pretty
girls like
Girls
trap
Like
music.
Trap Music. Yeah, I actually thought that was like a really dope album.
It
Um,
was.
so I'm looking at there. Okay, I'm not gonna say not to waste your time with the second one because there are some good songs on it. I just don't think it really reaches the same level. And it's
There's
definitely
no
it's definitely
birthday.
way too fucking long. Oh well, this is the deluxe.
But that's like at this point, that's like the only. That's what they want us to have. That's the preferred. Like
So since
they got
since
rid of the
then,
theatrical cut.
since Pretty Girls Like Trap Music, I haven't really enjoyed much Two Chainz since then personally. Like 2020's Two Chainz is like, bro, like who the fuck like 2020's Two Chainz is mid as fuck, bro. I'm sorry. And like he can still be dope on features, but like his actual music, that shit ain't making no noise.
Isn't he making like movies now or something like that? I don't know. Like I
So
forget in what capacity it is.
the latest release on his Apple Music page is the official motion picture soundtrack for something called Red Clay. That came out last year apparently. And
That
then
might be
last
his short film. Yeah, it's a short film. He co-wrote it and produced it.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I might actually
Yeah.
listen to this. It looks eh these features actually.
Who the features?
Lil Yachty, Neo, uh Young Boy Never Broke Again,
Oh, I think I heard that Yachty song.
Sister Wives,
Yeah.
and then there's a Vori feature.
I would
Well,
tell you
okay,
if it was whack or not, but I can't remember.
uh the closing track has the Isley Brothers credited as a feature for some reason, so Guess it's just a very prominent sample or something.
Mm.
But yeah, I remember Rapper Go to the League came out in 2019. That was the one where LeBron James was the
Yeah,
executive producer.
yeah. We should do the deluxe.
So I thought that album, that was like the last album that 2 Chainz released that it seemed like anybody really cared about or talked about. Um, and I thought that album was just okay. I liked the one that came before it more.
Yeah, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music is dope.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's time to get into the recent listens from the past couple weeks. Um,
Surf Gang, Surf Gang.
okay, yeah, let's just get that out of the way. Bruh, that Earl Mike Surf Gang shit, that shit is crazy, bro. Like that shit is actually fucking amazing. Easily top three of the year for me at this point. Maybe
Yeah,
top two, maybe
Earl
top
shit
one,
is
honestly.
fire.
Yeah, I
Like,
so I remember I was listening to it and I was listening to the mic side and I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. And I tweeted uh something like Pompeii is incredible so far. I hope I like the Earl side as much. And then I got to the Earl side and I was like, oh my God. This is even better. I was
yeah.
like, what the fuck is happening? And okay, so I'm glad we chose to talk about this right now because this actually kind of gave me an idea for the next episode we do. I kind of want to do some rap songs because I have not technically listened to the full album since the year it came out.
Oh no, I was just looking at the time. I was like,
Oh
oh.
yeah, okay, you got that too. Yeah, we can. All right, so we're gonna have a in about 9 minutes, we're gonna have a quick intermission and then we'll be right back. This has been the first part of episode 7. Um, yeah, so it's good that we got the full 2 Chainz discussion out the way before that happened. Um, but yeah, anyway, the reason I'm kind of stalling right now is because I updated my Zoom app and they kind of switched some shit around, so I'm looking for my notes and I can't fucking find them. Uh, give me a second.
I didn't listen to like the mic part in full.
Really?
Yeah, like I started because like I listened to the Earl one first, and I was like, damn, Earl is like amazing.
Wait. Okay,
Like
so why did you listen to Earl first?
I just really like Earl,
Oh, okay, yeah, that's valid.
so I was like, yeah, and like the way he was rapping, I was like, okay, 'cause, like the freestyle,
Uh-huh.
like I thought the freestyle was whatever, like who cares? It's just a freestyle, like you know,
Yeah.
like it's not that deep, like.
Yeah, exactly.
But like the way when I was listening, I was like, oh, I see what he's doing. So I was like, let me tap in with like I was intrigued. I was like, let me hear this on the record, like and like really listen with like how he like presenting the like how he like structuring the lines or whatever. And
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh nah, bro is like going crazy.
Yeah.
Like he's going, yeah,
That album,
it's
bruh,
good stuff.
that album made me so happy. I was so happy listening to that shit, bruh.
You gotta drive to it. I was driving and listening to it. I was like, damn.
Hmm.
I was like, this nigga's crazy, cold as hell.
Yeah. That was a fun album to listen to drunk too. I listened to that last night. Um, so how much of the mic part have you heard?
That's a good question. Let me see. Let me, damn, I feel bad. I fuck with Mike, so I should.
Mhm.
I'm gonna list. I don't know why I have it. It's just the Earl shit is just too fire. Like I
No,
just
I
like.
feel that though. I actually, you're right though, because I have like nowadays when I put the album on, to be honest, I kind of just skip to the Earl part. But I do like the mic part a lot. but I just really love that Earl part.
I think I got to like the Pope.
The Pope. Let me see.
And I heard the Nyanse feature is fire. And I
Yeah,
was
that
like,
song's
damn,
crazy.
yeah. I need to stop bullshitting because I definitely want to hear that.
Oh, the Pope. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy because like the song right after the Pope is one of the best songs.
Oh, that's crazy.
But yeah, the whole there really isn't there's not a single song on here that I don't like. I will say, however, it's grown on me now, but initially I really disliked the featured artist on Locusts, Lorado Khalil.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did not like that guy at first, but it did grow on me. I think it was just like something about like it wasn't the lyrics, and I don't think it was the flow. It was just more so like the delivery, I guess.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I think I haven't really decided a favorite track yet, but I think it's probably A-OK because like that's the penultimate track, and it kind of feels like the climax to me. And then like after that, the Don't Worry track is like what plays as the credits are rolling, so to speak. Um, but yeah, I shout out to Surf Gang. They killed this album. Both sides are crazy production wise. Um, I don't know who all the members of Surf Gang are. I think I know Evil Gianni is in it, who is crazy. Um, there's someone named Harrison in it who I'm not super familiar with, but they're in it. Is Tony Seltzer in Surf Gang? No. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Anyway, amazing album. I've been listening to it like crazy. Honestly, like damn near everything about this album, like not even just the music itself, but like the album art and shit. Like everything about this album is awesome to me. And yeah, so I said I wanted to do some rap songs next episode because uh as a lot of people may know, that is infamously an album that I hate. Or I did hate when I listened to it, at least. Um, and that's still like the most disappointed I've ever been in an album, I think. But honestly, since it's been so long, and since like that's kind of what I expect to hear from Earl at this point, like that rap style, I think I would appreciate it more these days. Um, I could be wrong. Like it's possible that I'll listen to it and still fucking hate it, but I think I would definitely be more open to it these days.
I'm down. I fuck with some rap songs, so it, it's very short, so it's very easy, quick listening.
That's true. I
You
forgot.
know, run through that joint like that. It's not like the fucking deluxe of the two chains.
Yeah.
I don't even, but because the title's so fucking long, you don't even realize it's the
Yeah.
fucking deluxe because you only see the first half of the damn
That's
title.
funny as fuck.
Fucking two chains, man. I'm
Bro, he
sick.
got you, bro. He fucking
I was
got you.
because I was really like listening, like, why is this shit an hour and 7 minutes? What the fuck? Why? Like, bro, you not doing nothing crazy. Like, we don't need an hour to John. And then no, wow, wow.
Yeah, that's funny as fuck though. Damn. All right, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and end this meeting real quick and then we can start the other one. Any last thoughts about Pompeii utility?
Um, I'm gonna finish Pompeii utility. Earl went fucking super crazy. Um, and like hot water is fire, react is fire, fucking ew is fire, earth is fire. Fuck yeah, nah, this shit is hard. I rock with this
Hmm.
shit.
I really like so my favorites. Well, I love every single track, but my favorites like when I just look at the track list and they stand out to me are track two, the sad face again, smiley face one. Um, I think I really liked Home on the Range too. Rectangle Lens is crazy. Lead Belly is crazy. Charlie Tuna is one of my favorites, and that song made me happy because I love Charlie Tuna. And
Mm-hmm.
then there's definitely A-OK, and yeah, I think those are my favorites. I haven't, so I've listened to it a shit ton, but I still don't feel like I've fully, like, there's some albums you listen to so much and you're like, I know this album, you know? I still don't feel like I've gotten that to that point yet with this one. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be something I'm playing a lot. And yeah, I no complaints from me. I'm actually honestly surprised by how much I ended up loving it because I I I do really like Mike. I think Mike's an incredible rapper and artist. And same for Earl, honestly, but it doesn't always click for me personally. So when I ended up loving this, I was like, damn, like I it made me happy because like it's always a shitty feeling when everyone loves something and you just don't get it. I fucking hate when that happens. So I was happy to be enjoying Earl again.
Cool.
But yeah, let me go ahead and end this and then we'll start the next
All
track.
right. So next album I want to talk about. I listen to a lot, but okay, well we got to talk about Hate Island. Have you heard that yet?
Yes, yes, yes.
That shit is crazy. That's so that like these two albums, the Earl Mike one and the Teller Banks album, those are like fighting for my number one album right now. Teller Banks, um, like if you follow my blog and stuff, you definitely know who he is. Uh, so him and Teller are like my favorite rappers right now, basically. Like, I remember at the beginning of the decade, it was like 2021, and by then I already tweeted something like my favorite underground rappers I've discovered in the 2020s, or I started listening to, are it was Sleep Sinatra, Teller Banks, Iceberg Theory, and Def C. Those are like my favorites of the decade still. Still. And honestly, the Iceberg Theory shit is mostly just from his 2020 run because he released like 10 albums that year and they're all crazy. All produced by, well, I think one or two are produced by different people, but most of them are produced by August Fanon. And I just realized we're supposed to be talking about Teller Banks, so I don't know why I'm talking about this right now. But yeah, Teller Banks, um, he had my album of the year in 2022 and my album of the year in 2024. Um, and that 2024 album is actually like a top five album of the 2020s for me, to be honest. I think that shit is like damn near a masterpiece. And it's produced by Ed Glorious. Ed Glorious uh, produces a lot of Teller's best shit. But this one in particular, Hate Island, is produced by the collective that is uh I don't know how you say their name. I guess it's just like money or some shit like that. Because it's like $3 is their uh name, I guess. It's Q No Rap Name, Filth Spectre, Killer Kane, who is also one of my favorite producers of all time at this point, and oh God, help me out here. Do you know? I'm blanking on the fourth.
Mad
Ayashi.
Money.
Ayashi. Shout out to Ayashi. I met him once. He's really cool. Um, so yeah, and they're like I like all of them. I really like all of them on their own, but like the way they've been working together on this album and the one they did before that, Drug Money, which came out last year. From what I read, uh they like actually like fully collabed on all of these beats. Like they each all worked on all of these beats together. So it's not like just one of them is done by Killer Kane and another's by QNO Rat Name. They all like work directly together on these beats. And some of these beats, well, all of them to be honest, they're fucking crazy. Like that's like a that's gonna become like a I feel like they're gonna become like a big so Dan O from Free Music Empire asked the question in one of the Discord servers we're in. He was like, which rapper other than Teller Banks would you be interested in hearing produced by this money team? And I don't think I ever actually came up with a answer that I feel confident about for that, but it is fun to think about, I guess. But yeah, Hate Island, incredible rapping. Teller Banks is one of the best rappers alive. Uh, incredible production, fire shit all the way through. Shout out to Rent Money too. His feature is insane. Every time that dude shows up, he fucking steals the show damn near. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that because Teller is just as good, but but he like really stands out every time he appears somewhere. Um, and I've only heard like three or four features from him, I think, but he kills it every time. So yeah, I think that's is that the only feature on the album? I think so. But yeah, that song is crazy. That's definitely one of the best songs on the album. I think my favorite, yeah, I haven't chosen a favorite song from this one either, but um Amtrak Trap Trap I think was the song that stood out the most on my first listen. And then also the song one song I do want to make sure I mention real quick is George and Jax. That is one of the craziest songs I've heard in a long time. That beat is weird as fuck. And when I listen to that song, I'm like, yo, what are they do like how did they do this? Like this shit is insane. Like that song is and it's definitely not my favorite song on the album, but it's like that song is like insane basically. It's just so fucking weird. And the beat's weird as fuck. And the way I think it's the drum pattern is what makes it stand out so much. And the way Teller like flowed over that was just like it was insane, basically. It was just like, how are you rapping over this? Like how when you it's like one of those things when you hear it, you know, sometimes you hear a rap performance and it's like so amazing because you're like, how did you physically do that? Like how did you deliver that? Like how is that even possible? Like that's the type of feeling I got when I heard this for the first time, that song in particular.
Yeah, not like I pretty much agree with everything you're saying about the record. Like Teller, like first the beats are incredible. Like it's crazy that like so many people came together to make such a cohesive sounding record.
Hmm.
Like that to me, that's just a marvel in and of itself, and that's like just super cool and impressive.
Hmm.
And then you have like Teller, who's just like got a million flows, funny as hell,
Yes.
introspective, like just interesting bars, like just different cases, different voices. Like you saying about the George and Jack shit, like where did that even come from? Like the
I've
the
never heard
the
anything
auto
like
tune,
that.
the singing, like where is that? Like just yeah, no, this is a crazy fucking record, and yeah, like it's really dope seeing them, promote it so heavily on online and shit, and they
What
deserve to be really proud of the record because it's amazing.
yeah, what did you think of the album cover?
It's hilarious.
Me too, bro. I fucking love that. Like some people have been saying they don't like the cover because it's I mean, I guess I understand why it would be kind of weird or off-putting to someone, but I don't know. I love that shit. I think it's hilarious because it's fucking I tweeted about it. I said this picture of Kanye Looks like he's trying to murder me after I just saved his life with Narcan and fucked up his high.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, no,
exactly
he's
what it looks like.
yeah, it's coked up. Yeah, like uh, and I thought the reveal like was really like it rewarded people for paying attention to the rollout
Bro, when
because
the first time I saw it, I was like, huh?
yeah, because I think it totally gains the strength when like you've been seeing because like
The way they
I
revealed it was,
yeah. Because I remember like it being like something coming up about it not being the cover or something like that. But I was like, I didn't know what they were talking about, so I
yeah,
just kind of forgot about it. But yeah, seeing it as a different display the entire time and then having it be real, that was pretty funny.
yeah,
But yeah, no, it's a dope cover, and yeah, no, this record is fucking yeah, this is some good shit.
yeah. Let me see. Okay, I said those two albums were fighting for my number one spot. Technically, there's one more. Um, and the reason I didn't mention it yet is because I actually haven't given it enough listens. I've only heard it like once or twice, but both of the times I listened to it, I was like, this is like, God damn, this is insane. Um, the new Elucid album with Sebb Bash. Have you heard that one?
Yeah. Oh shit! I did not realize that we didn't
Talk about
that
it.
that. Yeah. I thought okay. Yeah. I did hear this. Yes.
Yeah. So like I said, I haven't listened to it as much as I want to yet because so I listened to it the first time on my walk to Subway at like 3 a.m. because usually that Subway is open 24 hours. So I was listening to it on my walk, and when I got there, it was fucking closed. So I was like, oh God. So then I just walked back to my room while listening to the album and I took the L. But it was okay because I was like, yo, this album is crazy. Like I've always liked Seb Bash. I've always loved Seb Bash. I think he's an amazing producer. But I genuinely think this is like the best shit I've heard from him. These
Mm.
beats are incredible. And like Elucid's really been clicking for me. I've always liked him, but he's really clicked for me in the past year or two, I think. Um,
Yeah.
well, it was right before Revelator came out is when I really started appreciating him more. And I went back to I Told Bessie because I remember the first time I heard that album, I was like, this is really good, but it's not as amazing as I thought it or as I wanted it to be. And then I just like never listened to it again after that. And then I went back to it right before Revelator came out, and I was like, oh my God. That shit is incredible. So yeah, since then I have purchased I Told Bessie on cassette. I also have the Revelator cassette. Um and yeah, I'm becoming a big Elucid fan. Like every with every drop, um I appreciate him more, I think. And there was one point where um I felt like I preferred Billy Woods and Elucid as solo artists rather than as a duo. Um, which in general might still be true a little bit, but it's gotten to a point where I'm starting to like really just love all of it, you know. That last Arm and Hammer album with uh The Alchemist I thought was amazing. That's actually my favorite Arm and Hammer album. And I just remembered right now as I'm talking about this that I'm seeing them later this month. So that's going to be
Oh
fun.
shit.
Yeah. Oh shit. Wait. So it was just announced too that Lord Jamonte Ogbon is going to be opening when I see them in Durham. So that's awesome. And I've met I've met there's this artist named Simon something here in North Carolina and he is like really close with Lord Jamonte Ogbon. Um and I met Simon something a couple years ago. I think it was 2024. Um and we're like cool with each other. The reason I found out about Simon was because he produced a song for Lord Jamonte, and I think he like mixed a bunch of his shit too. So that's how I became familiar with him. And then like a year or two later, uh, I think it was like 2022. I premiered a single from Simon Something on my blog, and then I met him in real life a couple years later, and we talked about Lord Jamonte, and I think he said Simon is the guy who helped get Lord Jamonte signed to Lex Records, so that's cool. Um, Speaking of which, Lord Jamonte put out an album at the end of January this year that I still have not listened to yet, but I've heard very good things about it, and I'm looking forward to checking that out. It's been just sitting in my library. I haven't listened yet, but yeah, that should be dope.
That's fire.
I forgot how I even started talking about any of that, but
Elucid.
yeah, it's because I'm seeing Arm and Hammer. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, so what I was gonna say is like hopefully Simon is at that show and maybe he can introduce me to Lord Jamonte. That'd be cool. Um,
That'd be sick. Get him on the pod.
that would be crazy. And Dash Lewis is gonna be there, and I think
Tell
ma-
Hester said what up.
yeah, I think maybe one or two other people from the Rap Music Plug podcast server are gonna be there. So that should be cool. I've never actually met anyone from like
Peace from Hester, man.
that community in real life. But yeah, so like I said, I've only listened a couple times, but based on those couple listens, that is definitely some of the best shit that's come out this year. And I'm gonna probably try to cop the or a physical copy of the album at some point. I don't know what formats they're selling it on, but hopefully either ide
Cocaine staring at you as you sleep.
ideally I would get a cassette because that's my favorite format, but I might get the vinyl because I do like the album that much. I only get vinyl if like I really love the album, but generally I'm more of a cassette person. Um, okay, so let's see. What should I talk about next? I have a lot of stuff I've listened to. I'm not going to talk about all of this because we're not going to have time for that, so I'm just going to choose. I think that's all the stuff I've heard that's been released this year because the other stuff I've listened to is like older shit.
Rewind.
Yeah, and then okay, well, there is one more album I heard from this year, but I've only heard it once. Um, so I can't really talk about it enough yet. It's the new Dunce Cap album with Samurai Banana.
I was just watching the Secret House Against episode on it.
Oh, that's what's up. Shout out to Secret House. Shout out to Mega, bro. Mega was my first Patreon subscriber.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mega.
Um, so yeah, I only heard the album once because I listened to it in the listening party in the RMPP server. Um, but yeah, that's just dope as fuck too. I'm definitely gonna be listening to that more and getting more familiar with that. And I also listened to the album from before that one, uh, the Steel Tip Dove collab. I can't remember
Oh
what that
yeah,
one's
yeah.
called, but
The need to
yeah,
know.
yeah, the Need to Know. Okay, yeah, I hadn't heard that album at all, um, because around the time, so that year he released two albums. He released Pay or Dispute, which I loved. I think that's a really dope album. And then I remember Dunce Cat messaged me after I reviewed it, and he was like, "Yo, I got another album on the way, and it's my best work. You're gonna love it." And I was like, "Okay, bet." But I never ended up listening to that album because the when it came out, I like was in the mental hospital, and I just
Fair.
when I got out, I just like I didn't even know that it was out, and like yeah, it took me a while to get to it. So yeah, a lot of shit like from that period, like the end of 2024. maybe like September to the end of 2024, I like missed out on everything that was released at that time, pretty much. So I mean, I've heard some of it by now, obviously, but at the time I wasn't listening to shit. Kind of the same thing with the beginning of last year, but I actually was kind of surprised by how much I ended up hearing by the end of the year because I did a good job of catching up. So yeah, that's everything I've heard from this year. But then I've been checking out some stuff that's older. Um,
Ella
so
Fitzgerald.
the first artist I want to talk about is actually Dope Knife. Um, are you familiar with him?
No,
So
no.
he's a rapper producer from Savannah, Georgia. And the first time I ever heard of him was it was either Mike Seatown talking about him, or it was when Dope Knife was a guest in the Dead End Hip Hop review of the Carter Five. He was a guest in that video, so he reviewed the
He
album with them.
was.
Yeah, yeah, the Carter Five, and so I knew who he was, but I hadn't actually checked out any of his music at that point. And then in 2019, he messaged me, and he was actually
This is
the
my life's work. This is my greatest.
he messaged me, and he, he was actually the first artist ever to send me an early listen of their music before it came out. He sent me that
Really?
album. So the album is called Things Got Worse, and it came out in 2019. I think it came out in May, and he sent it to me in like January. And I thought that shit was amazing. Before I listened to it, I checked out some of his earlier stuff, and that shit was really dope. But that album in particular, I was like kind of blown away by. And I still think that album's amazing. And it's probably my favorite like full album by him at this point. But there is an EP that he released that I like a little bit more called Breakbeats and Vandalism, which I think came out in 2020. But anyway, let me cut to the chase. So in 2024, he put out an album called Keep That Lil Smug. And I finally listened to it like a week or two ago. The reason I listened to this album is because he actually put out another album on January 12th this year. So I was just trying to catch up on his stuff. And I still haven't heard the newest one yet because it's not on streaming platforms yet. I don't know if it will be at all, but I'm still gonna listen to it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But yeah, so keep that little smug. I finally listened to, and it's dope. Dope album. I don't. There are a couple. There might be like one or two tracks that I wasn't crazy about. Um, but he's a very skilled rapper, and this is kind of a throwback to the earlier discussion we had about freestyles. But he's a very skilled freestyle rapper. And like he does this thing at his shows where I think like I don't know exactly how it works, but it's like basically someone will throw a prop on stage and then he'll freestyle and incorporate whatever was thrown on stage into the rhyme, basically, or something like that. Um, so that's cool. I've never seen that. I've never seen him do it. I've just heard about it. But yeah, the album is really dope. One thing I appreciate about Dope Knife is that he's very outspoken about his political views, and he's actually smart, so that's a good thing. Thankfully. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out the new album, but I did enjoy going back to this 2024 album. And it's not like every song is amazing or anything, but most of them are pretty good. And my favorite song, well, okay, there are two songs on here that I really love more than the others. The first one is called Fuck Trump America. And based on what I just said about him being politically outspoken, you can kind of, guess what that song's about. It's a very dope anti-Trump song. Um, and then he killed that shit. And then my favorite song, my number one favorite song is track 9, which is called Up in Smoke Freestyle. And I just have to say, I've always thought Dope Knife was a really dope rapper, and I enjoy his beats, but when I listened to this album, I was like, yo, Dope Knife is actually a really good producer. Like, I don't know if I've ever heard him produce for another artist. I might have like one or two songs, but I feel like people don't really show enough love to his production skills because so this song in particular, the Up in Smoke freestyle, I think that beat is fucking incredible. That's like one of my favorite beats I've heard this year. Um, so yeah, I that beat in particular makes me think of Sly Cooper. I don't know why. It was I think there's one level in the first game where like they're like the environment or like level design kind of makes me feel similar to this beat. But yeah, shout out to Dope Knife. Um, looking forward to checking out the new album. It's called Dark Woke. And so I remember I posted the album announcement in the RMPP server, and pretty much everyone's only reaction was uh, just them saying, "Wow, that is a terrible name for an album." And I didn't think it was terrible, but I didn't really feel strongly enough to disagree with them. Um, but since then, that was actually my first time hearing the term dark woke, so I didn't really get it at the time. But since I've seen people using that term, I kind of understand it more. And I actually don't think it's a bad title anymore.
What does it mean?
Dark woke. So basically, when you say shit like we should give the death penalty to all rapists, that's dark woke. Yeah. That's basically how I've seen it be used. Um, so yeah, the next album I want to talk about. So I mentioned Panda Chop earlier. Uh, I'd been listening or watching a bunch of his interviews, and lately he's been he did two interviews recently, one with Rusty Jux and one with Rock from Helta Skelta. So I watched those interviews, bless you, and then I was like, this makes me want to listen to some Duck Down shit, and that is exactly what I did. So I went back and listened to "De Shinin' by Smif-N-Wessun for like the first time in probably like 5 years. And I actually like that album even more now than I did the first time I heard it. I think that shit's amazing. And that's like a super classic album. Uh, the other super classic album I listened to from Duck Down was Monkey Bars by Sean Price. Well, actually, I listened to all three of Sean Price's albums from when he was still alive. Uh, Monkey Bars, Jesus Price Superstar, and Mike Tyson. And bro, that dude, God,
Animal.
I wish he was still here, bro. Like, god damn, bro.
Monster.
That shit is so like listening to that shit is so bittersweet because it's like, god damn, this shit is amazing. But it's like, bruh, he's gone, bruh. He gone.
Yeah, definitely tragic, but amazing rapper,
Yeah.
Sean Price.
I'm really yeah, he's super fun to listen to. Not only like his bars, but just like it's also his voice and like enunciation for me. Like I feel like he has a very very recognizable like delivery and cadence. I remember after he died, Ill Bill released something, and when I listened to it, I was like, "Yo, he's rapping exactly like Sean Price on this." And it wasn't like lyrically similar to Sean Price, but it was the flow and delivery. I was like, he sounds a lot like Sean Price on this. And then I found out a little bit later that Ill Bill was planning a collab album with Sean Price. Um, and they were going to rap under the name The Pill, Sean P and Ill Bill, The Pill.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just passed away, so it could never happen. So yeah, that was really sad to hear about. Just honestly, I wasn't even I knew about Sean Price, but I didn't start listening to him until the year he died. That was when I got into him. And I remember there was one rhyme he had that always stood out to me where he was like George Papadopoulos, monotonous botanist, apocalypse, proper shit, chocolate doctor that doctored the documents. And I don't know what any of that shit means, but that shit sounded fire. And I was like, yo, this dude is ill, bro. That was like one of the first songs I heard by him. So yeah, I listened to Monkey Bar. I listened to all the Sean Price shit, and I listened to The Shining. But the main album I want to talk about that I'm really excited about, I think the album is amazing. It actually came out in 2024, and it is a collab album between Rock and Rusty Jix, and it's actually fire. Rock has not lost a step, bro. Rock still got it. That dude is dope as fuck. And I feel like people don't necessarily bring him up in the type of conversations they should, which is to an extent understandable because you can see why he would get overshadowed by Sean Price to an extent, especially since Sean Price passed away. But yeah, Rock is he's still got it, man. And that album is fire. The biggest surprise for me, because I knew the rapping would be dope. The biggest pleasant surprise for me is that the production is actually pretty damn good on that album. And yeah, so like I said, I knew I would like the album to some extent, but like this one really surpassed all expectations for me. And I genuinely think it's like one of the best Duck Down releases. Um, Easily in the past, like, well, actually, I won't even say that because there has been some good shit on Duck Down. But yeah, it's a really awesome album. It's called Crownsville because I don't remember which, but one of them is from Crown Heights and the other is from Brownsville. So that's why it's called Crownsville. Um so yeah, super dope album. There's a posse cut. The closing track is the posse cut with all the like boot camp click guys. Um, so that shit, yeah, it's dope as fuck. And posse cuts can be hard to pull off because like this is a long posse cut, but somehow the whole song is good. Like every verse is dope. Like they kept my attention and I was enjoying the ride the whole time. My favorite track is, I believe, Kings County, I think it's called. Yeah, Kings County is dope as fuck. That beat is crazy. Um, Sean Lives On is crazy. Yeah, pretty much every song. I really dug every song. And shout out to Rusty Jix. I've always liked Rusty Jix. Like when I first started getting into Duck Down shit, and I would hear him on features, I'd be like, this dude is dope. And then I started getting into his music more a few years ago. and he's a really, really dope artist. Sometimes he says some like, typical old head New York questionable shit, but in general, he's really dope. Um, so yeah, and he has an album produced by Amadeus 360, the Beat King, called James Brown of the Underground. And that album is actually really fire. Probably my favorite Rusty Jix album. Well, actually, honestly, this Crownsville album might be my favorite thing he's done, but as far as solo work, um, that one was really dope. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. There's one more album I could talk about. Yeah, I'll squeeze this in real quick. Uh Roc Marciano Reloaded. I went back to it. That shit is incredible. Damn, like crazy album. Uh I listened to it for the first time like probably like around 2018 or 2019 maybe. And I didn't really appreciate it at the time. I didn't think it was whack or anything. It didn't really do anything for me. But like I said, in the past year or two, I've been kind of digging more rock stuff. So um, I listened to the one that came out this year, and I really loved that album. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and retry some of the older stuff. I started with Reloaded because that's like the super classic in his discography, I feel like. Um, and yeah, I get it now. Crazy. Whole album flames, not a single skip, crazy production, amazing rapping. I don't know if I've chosen a favorite song yet. Um, I think actually it's probably the one with the second one with Ka, Nine Spray, because I wasn't even looking at the track list when I played the album. So that song started playing and I was like, this beat is incredible and Rock's killing it. So I was like, yo, this shit is fire. And it probably would have already ended up being my favorite track. But then I was listening to it, and then I hear Ka and I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible. So yeah, amazing album. It's always a good feeling when like it just felt good to like understand it finally, just to be able to finally appreciate it. Because like it goes back to that thing I was saying, like when everyone loves something except you and you just don't get it, it kind of sucks. So I was happy that I get it now, and I was also happy that I have this amazing music to enjoy. So yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
Rock.
that's definitely a fair perspective. Like, who wants to just like hate music, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
but
happy
yeah,
you got that experience.
yeah, yeah, bruh. Like all these albums we've been talking about, like I had a good time these past couple of weeks. I was like listening to some fire shit, bruh, and like there's not really anything that can make me happy the way listening to amazing music does. Especially like that first listen when you're first hearing it, because it's like one, this song is amazing, and two, I can't wait to have this song in my library and keep listening to it like for the next few years. So yeah,
The gift that keeps on giving.
exactly. We love music here on Greetings Earthworms. Um,
They giving us the boot, y'all.
yeah, we gotta. They're
They
kicking us
kicking
out.
us out,
We're running
man.
out of time. Did you see that?
this they're dimming the lights in the
Yeah.
studios.
They closed my notes like without me even clicking anything.
You hear the Oscar music?
Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Check out some of those albums we talked about.
Honestly,
or none
based
of them. You know, do what you want.
honestly, based on a true story is probably the worst album we talked about in this whole episode.
Yeah, don't check that one out. You know, if you want to check out any of the albums, not that one.
Yeah.
Fuck with Hate Island. Fuck with uh Utility and Pompeii. Fuck with fuck with
Elucid.
everything, bro. Elucid, yeah. Fuck with everything we talked about today, man. Fuck
Mm,
with the artifacts. There's not the two
absolutely.
chains.
Yeah.
Just
Literally
leave,
everything we talked about. Did we
leave the
even
two
talk about
chains
any whack
alone.
shit?
The two chains.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm talking shit, man. I fucking two chains.
Me too. Like I had fun listening to the album, but it just like as a whole it didn't it was a little it was sufficient as an album, I guess. It did what it needed to do. It was a success. So set Two Chains up for great things. Um
True.
Crow.
FocusHipHop.com, biznitch.